marquee names get together in Miami for a Monday night matchup on NBA TV. LeBron James and the Cavaliers, Dwayne Wade and the Miami Heat from American Airlines Arena. Big night on South Beach.
Every night's a big night.
Yeah, good place to be. Good place to be in late January. There is the King himself for the 21st time. He'll go head-to-head with Dwayne Wade, league's leading scorer, at just a shade under 30 points per game. On the other side, Flash protecting his home floor, shooting 59% over his last 7 games. He and the Heat getting set to head out 34-11 on the season. You see the numbers comparison. Cleveland scores it a little more, better field goal percentage, and have held the opponents to a little lower number as well. Hallmark has been defense for the Cavaliers. Well, homecoming tonight for Shaquille O'Neal. Of course, won a ring with the Miami Heat. Shaq coming off a season-high 22 points. Tip-off from Miami just around the bend.
Let me see. Let's start with the Cleveland Cavaliers. You have to get Shaq into the game. He's been playing well. I think the more you get him into the game, the more you can collapse that defense and then also get back in transition and get your defense set. Force, Wade and the rest of the team to shoot jump shots. Make them beat you from the outside. You don't want them getting in and getting easy buckets, getting that home court advantage into it. And also for the Heat, no easy points for LeBron James. Make him work, no points in transition. Keep him off the free throw line. If you can do that, you better your chances to win. And then also your shot selection, your execution, making sure it's good, crisp, because the Cleveland Cavaliers is a very solid defensive team.
Yeah, Miami bogs. Tonight's game is brought to you in stunning high definition by Hire, the official HD provider of the NBA. Our starting lineups from Miami look like this. Daniel Gibson again inserted into that starting lineup with the losses of Mo Williams and Delonte West. Anthony Parker's got another tough assignment tonight. In the last week, he's had to deal with at different times Kobe Bryant, a little bit of Kevin Durant. It's Dwayne Wade tonight. Of course, LeBron, J.J. Hickson, and Shaquille O'Neal, who will oppose Jermaine O'Neal on the other side, along with Michael Beasley, Quentin Richardson, Flash himself, and the newly acquired Rafer Alston for Miami. Any particular matchup stand up for you guys?
Well, I was going to say about Anthony Parker, you could almost consider his last week work. Other than that, it's play, but you could actually consider the last week work for Anthony.
You say normally he's not working?
Oh, it don't get easy, though.
Well,
it gets harder. It doesn't get easy.
I think you know what I'm saying.
I know what you're saying. I know. He's got a tough assignment tonight with Dwayne Wade on the other side. How much talcum powder do you think LeBron goes through in a season?
I don't think they mind. But he goes through a lot.
He does go through a lot.
He stores it in the air. And then he puts a little bit on his hands.
A little on the hands, mostly in the air.
They love it. All my kids do it. They throw dirt up. Whatever he does, they do.
Dwayne Wade greeting his old teammate, Shaq, center court, as we get set to go.
I love you, man. I love you. I'm going to beat you, though.
Is that what he said?
Yeah, I love you, man. Yeah.
Okay.
How was last night? Oh, no, I can't say that. Did you go to my trap?
Cavs looking for their 5th straight win tonight. Let's take it to the floor. Eric Reed and Tony Fiorentino from South Florida.
Tony, interested to look at the co-stars in that game. Mo Williams had 25 for the Cavs. He's out tonight. J.J. Hickson had 18. For the Heat, Beasley had 24. Our officiating crew assigned by the NBA, Tom Washington, Leroy Richardson, and Zach Zarpa. We're always glad you're with us, especially tonight. South Florida, off we go on a terrific Miami Heat NBA adventure. And this is J.J. Hickson, coach, a player that's grown in maturity. He's also really helping them out. Hickson, a terrific blue-collar worker alongside Shaquille O'Neal.
That's exactly what you need. And, Eric, when you look at the Cleveland Cavaliers, it's not just all LeBron James. Obviously, he's a great player, maybe the best in the game today. But they've got guys who can shoot, as you mentioned in the open. They've got guys down low like Shaq. And they can get it done in a lot of different ways.
Shaq coughed it up for the game's first turnover. Wade pulls up on Parker. Quentin Richardson gets by James. Jams it home. How's that for a start?
Well, no interior defense that time for the Cavaliers. After Q Rich beat LeBron off the dribble, no one was there to help him out.
So the game begins with a Quentin Richardson dunk. For Richardson, only his 4th dunk of the season, by the way, as Shaq evens the game with a jump hook. Shaquille O'Neal averaging 11 points, nearly 7 rebounds a game, and shooting 54% here in his 18th NBA season.
Well, right there you saw the Heat elected not to try and help on Shaq right at the beginning. Let's see if that continues.
Michael Beasley on the second try tips it in, and the Heat up 4-2.
You get the feeling, Eric, Michael Beasley's going to have a good game tonight. He shot the ball well in the practice before the game, and he could be the X factor tonight for the Heat.
Also knocked that ball out of bounds. Cavaliers will retain possession. Right again, Dwayne Wade. Tonight's game is available to you in high definition. Hope you're already enjoying the contest with a crystal clear picture right here on Sun Sports. Next best thing to be in here. Hickson had it partially blocked by Jermaine O'Neal.
Good help by J.O. Got there just in time.
Here's Wade. Sets for 3. Kaboom!
Watch out. When D-Wade makes his first 3-point shot, he usually follows with 3 or 4 more.
43 triples this year for Wade. Those are his first 3 tonight. Wade coming off a 27-point game over the Kings, where he made 11 of his 15 shots. That was on Saturday night when the Heat won their 2nd straight.
Eric, when Wade is practicing before the game with his shots around the perimeter, if he feels good with that 3-point shot, then he comes out shooting it. If he's not burying it at that time, then he'll wait later on in the game. Maybe he'll get the rhythm later.
Tony, without Delonte West and Mo Williams, a couple of things have happened. One, LeBron's playing more, playing point guard more. We're also seeing Shaquille O'Neal featured more. He's coming off his best game of the year with 22 points, and he did it the other night against Toronto on 8 for 10 shooting to get those 22. That was against the Thunder, excuse me, not the Raptors. Defensive 3-second violation on the Cavaliers. Beasley will shoot the technical.
You see, with the Cleveland, Eric, you got to pick your poison. If you go down and help on Shaq too much, if you got double team down there, they got 3-point shooters. You mentioned 3 guys in the top 11 in the from 3-point range, and they have LeBron James if he gets loose in that offense as you double team. So they do present some problems for you.
Secondary audio programming tonight is provided to you by Taco Bell. One of those excellent 3-point shooters happens to be Mo Williams, 4th in the league in makes, and he's out for a month or 2. Here's J.O. jamming it. He got by Shaquille O'Neal and threw it down with gusto.
That's the matchup you want. You want J.O. out on the perimeter with Shaq guarding him at 7'2", 330 pounds.
So Miami with a couple of dunks in their first 4 field goals and ahead by 5. Daniel Gibson being pressured by Rafer Alston. Just the 2nd start this year for Gibson, who is one of the league's better 3-point shooters.
See a 3 coming right here.
3 on the shot clock. LeBron, he hoists it. He missed it. Good start defensively for Miami tonight in this game. That's always where it begins for Miami. Rafer for 3. And the air ball sails out for the Heat.
Jermaine O'Neal active at both ends of the floor. When he catches the ball in the post area, that time he caught it outside the post. Shaq had to go out and play him because he can hit that shot. Jermaine can go around him. That
replay brought to you by Miccosukee Resort and Gaming. LeBron splits the double. Look out. Oh, hard landing. Also an offensive foul on James. Oh, my. Taking the hit was Jermaine O'Neal. And James a little bit shaken up. He's shaking that right wrist.
You talk about taking a hit for the team. 6'8", 250 pounds coming at you. One of the strongest guys in the NBA. And Jermaine O'Neal's going to step in front of the restricted area. He's there in time. Oh, man, he took that full flush in the chest.
That is the 12th charge taken by O'Neal, and maybe his most courageous defensive play this year. He hurried to that spot and then stood his ground and took a knee right to the midsection.
Now what that does, Eric, it sends a message that if you come in here, we're going to try to draw the charge. Sometimes players will stay out on the perimeter rather than risk getting another charge.
That is a very positive sign early. Shows you the Heat are plugged in defensively. Right now they're riding an early wave of momentum. Jermaine O'Neal has 4, and the Heat are ahead 11-4.
You can see why Shaq has to go out and play Jermaine on the perimeter.
Shaquille O'Neal, 3 in the paint baskets for O'Neal. So he has 6 points on 3 for 3 shooting. Wade posting up Anthony Parker, gets in and draws a foul.
Yeah, Dwayne used his left hand because Shaq was coming over Dwayne's right shoulder. He couldn't put it up with the right. He draws the foul using the left hand inside.
Shaquille O'Neal picking up his first foul.
Shaq just powered that last basket. We talked about the physical play of Cleveland inside, led by Shaq. Jermaine O'Neal took a shot right in the jaw, and Shaq, you know, we know how strong he is. He was here for a while, and we used to see that every night when he was in a Heat uniform.
Coach, the Cavaliers with the NBA's best record, half game better than the Lakers, whom they swept this year, winning 102-87 in LA on December 27th. And last Thursday, Mike Brown's club beat the Lakers in Cleveland 93-87 without Mo Williams and Delonte West. Coach, this is the third straight game they're playing without those two fine guards.
Now you got a high caliber game with two outstanding young coaches going at each other. There's Mo Williams.
He's out 4 to 6 weeks with an injured left shoulder. Delonte West out with a fractured left ring finger. Jamario Moon has also been injured. He hasn't played since the 3rd of January with strained abdominal muscles. Moon is in uniform and active. He may play, says Mike Brown. Daniel Gibson into O'Neal. Over the head of Parker. Here comes Wade. There he goes.
One of the fastest players in the league going baseline to baseline. There's a loose ball. D-Wade's getting to it, and you know what he knows? You know he knows what to do when he gets in the paint.
Coach, 3 dunks already in the first quarter for Miami. The Heat have opened up a lead of 9. O'Neal bull rushing the bucket. Hickson stripped by Wade, taken by Gibson. Back to Shaq. Look out.
Oh, boy. The ball bounced to Shaq on that play. Good job by the Heat. Cleveland was fortunate there.
Yeah, Shaquille O'Neal has scored all 8 of Cleveland's points on perfect 4 for 4 from the field. Wade on the turn. And the rebound bouncing right to O'Neal. Shaquille O'Neal now 37 years old. And in a place he feels good because he knows he's got a chance to compete for a championship again. Gibson for 3, so dangerous out there.
There it is.
Daniel Gibson, 47% from downtown. That's the best in the NBA, and that was three-pointer number 46 for him.
That's what happens when you help, so you got to be careful how you help, when you help, and how far you go to help.
Now, Coach, they spread you out with three-point shooting. They also have good inside scoring, a very difficult team to defend. But what makes them elite is not only are they difficult to defend, they make it difficult for you with their defense, one of the best defensive teams in the NBA. And Mike Brown had a very interesting comment as Shaquille O'Neal picks up his second foul. He said, I've only coached the defense. He goes, when you have LeBron James, you know he can get you a good shot at any time in any game. So my focus with our group is on the defensive end.
Well, you know, the challenge, though, for any coach, and Coach Spoelstra did this when he took over the Heat, is challenging his team to play defense. They've got to buy into your system. Mike Brown is a defense-oriented coach, as you said, Eric. And I know Coach Rothstein, the assistant coach with the Heat, worked with Mike Brown a year in Indiana. And when he came here, he told me, he said that Mike Brown is a terrific coach. He's going to do a great job in this league. And they made it to the finals one year. They want to make it back again this year. And you mentioned #1 in the league in defensive field goal percentage, #4 in points allowed per game.
Mike Brown, by the way, like Eric Spoelstra, as you look at Shaq with 2 fouls. By the way, O'Neal has not fouled out of a game yet this year. But Spoelstra and Brown, very similar backgrounds. They're both 39 years old. They both began their NBA coaching careers as video coordinators. O'Neal going deep for Wade. Could not make the catch. Parker knocked it out of bounds. Well, we can say this, an energetic start to the Wade-James showdown. The Heat leading the Cavaliers midway through the first quarter, 17-11.
And I quote, I'm healthy and I'm looking forward to trying to help the team continue our success. The last couple of weeks I've been hoping to catch some minutes, and it looks like now I got my wish. You get these opportunities, and when they come, you just want to take advantage. And quote, Gibson is eager for the chance. Even though he shot the ball well all season, he has slipped in Brown's rotation as the coach has been playing bigger lineups, Eric and Tony.
Jax, we talked with Mike Brown about Daniel Gibson in the starting lineup and what advice he had for his new starting point guard as O'Neal hits the jumper. Jermaine O'Neal off quickly with 8 points. Brown said he wants Gibson to just be himself. We don't need anything over the top from him. Just run the team, play tough defense, which he usually does. When you're open, shoot it. And the basic advice, let LeBron help.
That's always good advice.
Cavaliers turning it over. That's 4 turnovers on Cleveland. None for Miami. Shaquille O'Neal, who went 4 for 4, scored 8 points in the first 6 minutes, is on the bench with 2 fouls for Cleveland. And the Heat leading it by 8. Rafer also gets a step on Gibson. O'Neal hammers it down. Jermaine O'Neal.
Varejao had to come over and help on that penetration by Rafer, and that left Jermaine O'Neal open on the offensive boards.
Coach, that's 4 dunks and 8 field goals for Miami tonight. They are ahead by 10.
And even though Shaq has 8 points in the paint, the Heat have 10.
Well, the Heat being very aggressive so far on both ends. Gibson drives, was hit from behind by Rafer Alston. Alston's first foul. The Heat's first foul.
We foul for 11 for Rafer Alston. Team's first.
Rafer Alston penetrates into the lane. You see Varejao comes over to help. Nobody can put a body on Jermaine O'Neal at 6'11". So give Rafer credit for penetrating, drawing 3 of the Cavs to him to free up J.O. on the boards.
Jermaine O'Neal goes out. And actually, O'Neal not going out of the game, just heading over to Heat athletic trainer Jay Sable. He may have suffered a laceration or a scrape on his hand on that last dunk. Well, Heat fans, McCarty's bringing you back the Heat experience like only they can with another road rally at Sports Exchange in Coral Gables. You can join McCarty's promotional team, which includes Bernie, the Heat Dancers, the Extreme Team, and public address voice Michael Biamonte. They'll all be there Friday, January 29th when the Heat play the Pistons in Detroit at 8 p.m. We invite you to come party with other Heat fans and cheer your team to a road victory. For more information, visit Heat.com.
Yeah, it's almost February and we haven't played the Pistons yet this year.
That's coming. Each next game in Toronto on Wednesday night. The Raptors just beat the Lakers last night, 106-105. Kobe missed a 3 as time expired. And coach, the Raptors have now won 9 of their last 10 games at home. Their season series even with the Heat at a game apiece. They did beat Miami in Toronto. Big game on Wednesday night. Folks can see it right here on Sun Sports at 7:30.
They struggled early, but they're coming on now, the Raptors.
Well, Cavaliers get it back off that second missed free throw by Gibson. LeBron guarded by Richardson and tracked by both O'Neal and Beasley. Good team defense there. And that's what it will take against LeBron James. 6 on the shot clock. Richardson right there with LeBron. And LeBron lost his footing with a little nudge from Richardson, who picks up his first foul.
Give LeBron credit. He didn't settle for the 3-pointer that time. He had about 5 seconds to make a move, and he took advantage of it. All right, Q Rich, see the left hand on his back. It's unfortunate because J.O. was right there to help out. It would have been a tough shot by James, especially since he was slipping on the play. But maybe Q Rich forced that slip.
Jermaine O'Neal already with 2 dunks, a block shot, and how about 10 first quarter points is most points in a first quarter in the last 15 games for Jermaine.
They have a category in Stats Inc. that we look up once in a while. Points plus assists plus rebounds. He leads the NBA, LeBron does. Carmelo Anthony is 2nd. Kevin Durant is 3rd. Kobe 4th. And D-Wade 5th. 5 top guys in the league when you have points, assists, and rebounds.
That's cool. Haslam in, Beasley out. For the Cavaliers, J.J. Hickson sits down. Cavaliers coming off their bench with both Zydrunas Ilgauskas and Jawad Williams. LeBron James getting his first rest.
Yeah, as we always mention at this time of the game, it's a good time for Michael Beasley to go out because Dwayne Wade usually takes a rest at the beginning of the 2nd quarter, and then Beasley starts the quarter and the offense goes through him.
Ilgauskas coming down with his first rebound with just under 4 minutes to go in the first. James still in there, by the way. That was my error. James is still in. Here's Ilgauskas, the set shot from the baseline. Zydrunas Ilgauskas, a starter for most of his 13 NBA seasons. He's coming off the bench this year, averaging 7 points and a little more than 5 rebounds a game.
He's a good outside shooter. That was a 2-pointer, but from threes this year, 9 for 17. So it's 7-3. You got to go out and close out on him.
Cavs are shooting 55%. The Heat are at 53%. But Jermaine O'Neal, he's carried the load here in the first period with 12 points on 5 of 6 shooting. Barishow setting the screen for Gibson. That's Jawad Williams missing out of the corner. And Ilgauskas with an offensive rebound. LeBron, his wraparound goes out of bounds. The 5th Cleveland turnover.
Very good interior defense by the Heat. Even when they get beaten off the dribble, you see a lot of white shirts in the lane that causes very little spacing for the passer to get the ball to an open teammate.
LeBron James with 2 turnovers in tonight's game. 3 minutes left, first quarter. Heat ahead by 8. And just a certain energy buzz in this building you normally find only in the playoffs. They clear the side for Jermaine O'Neal. Alston cutting through. Alston for 3. Come on.
Oh, good pass by J.O. Good decision by Jermaine. He looked like he was going to shoot it on Ilgauskas, and he found Rafer in the corner.
For the largest lead of the first quarter for Miami at 11. Here's James on the fade. It rolls off. Barishow tips it out. Alston recovers it. Here come the Heat. 3-on-1. Richardson. Haslam. And Udonis still comes out of there with it.
Well, you had a lot of white shirts fighting for the ball. D. Wade was in there looking for that offensive rebound.
And O'Neal sneaks through. It'll finally end with a couple of free throws for a Heat team that would not take no for an answer.
Even though they missed some point-blank shots, the Heat are working hard, getting second-chance opportunities. They'll be on the foul line when we come back.
And with more on Wade's pregame routine, we go to the man who knows all about it, Jason Jackson.
Well, we know, Eric, that with jersey number, Dwayne loves the number 3. With his religion, he loves the Holy Trinity. So the number 3 comes in back again when we're talking about his pregame warm-ups. Of course, we know number 1 is the chin-ups on the rim. His son Zion was doing it at the house one day, so he said, man, it must be catching on. Plus, we understand the ladies like to see those muscles flare. Number 2, he gets the rosin in his hands, blows the powder in his face and somebody else's. And number 3, now he goes to the scores table, and when at home, riles the crowd up, gets his hands in the air, calling for their praise. He gets it. So the number 3 getting his full togetherness ready before he hits the floor with his pregame warm-up. Over to you, E.
Good stuff on and off the court. Jermaine O'Neal completing a 7-0 run for Miami. J.O. now has 14 points in this quarter, the most he's scored in any quarter this season. His previous high was a 13-point third quarter back on October 30th in Indiana in game number 2 this year. Game he finished up with 22. So J.O. getting it started well for the Heat. He'll come out now with 2 minutes left first quarter. Quentin Richardson also leaving the game. Darrell Wright and Joel Anthony both check in. Now James making a technical free throw. Jamario Moon in the ball game for the first time in a long while. Moon has been out since January 3rd with a strained abdominal. Wade trying to bring the rim right down. He'll head to the free throw line. Another aggressive take to the hole by Miami.
Boy, you better get out of the way when Wade's on the move. You see him coming right into your picture. He goes up over Ilgauskas. Let's listen to it. Ouch.
Zydrunas Ilgauskas picked up the foul. Dwayne Wade to the line. Wade has 7 points already in this game.
Eric, we know that watching the Heat all year that it's important for them to get off well in the game. The first quarter, they're 2-18 when they're behind. You're going in halftime, they're 21-2 when they're ahead. So it's important for them to get a good lead And what it means is not just the lead. It means that they're playing hard. They're crisp. The passes are crisp. They're cutting hard. And they're playing very good defense. And they're on the defensive boards.
O'Neal and Wade have already combined for 23 points. Cavaliers as a team have only 16. Make it 18. Anderson Varejão playing a blue-collar role again in his 6th year. The native of Brazil, averaging 8 points a game with 8 rebounds.
And he's their leading rebounder.
Miami a moment ago had a 14-point lead, which was their biggest of this first quarter. Here's Wade on the angle for 2 more. So Dwayne has 11 in the quarter. Miami again ahead by 14.
That's one of the shots he works on, Eric. Shooting that little floater back, he's stepping back with the J, and it's all arms and wrists, but he's very good at it.
Varejão misses it. Ilgauskas pushes it back over the hole and in. Zydrunas Ilgauskas now 34 years old, and the Cavaliers' all-time leading rebounder. He's played his entire career with Cleveland. Wade getting a screen, but an illegal screen from Anthony, and you saw at the instant of impact, Anthony moved his leg, and Wade may have jammed his foot, his left foot, on that basket support. He's getting up slowly with help from official Zach Zarba.
Sometimes the screener doesn't have exactly the right angle he's supposed to have, and he feels he has to improve it. But let's go over what the left ankle there.
Oh boy, sprained the left ankle. You see a twist. I thought it was the collision with the basket support, but very clearly a twisted left ankle there. That bears watching. Heat leading by 12. Moon off the deflection was fouled.
He fouled for 11, Rafer Alston. His second.
Rafer Alston picking up his second foul. Cavaliers, how good have they been in the first quarter? They lead the league in first quarter points and field goal percentage. Meanwhile, the Heat have scored 30 points or more in the first quarter in their last 3 games, and in 4 their last 5. Ilgauskas sits down. Rafer Alston also goes to the bench. Mario Chalmers is in for Miami. Daniel Gibson returns for the Cavs. Of course, lead after 1, lead at halftime. You know, when you're playing a team as good as Cleveland, you had better put together one of your best 48-minute efforts of the year.
No doubt. The Heat played relatively well the last time the Cavs were here, but they came away with a win with a big fourth quarter.
Wade over Moon. Makes a very difficult shot. Remember, Jamario Moon is 6'8" with those long arms. A defensive wingspan did not bother Wade, who now has 13.
Well, Wade had to shoot a higher arc, knowing that he played with Jamario Moon for about a half a season. He knows about those long arms. And boy, that was the highest arc I've seen Wade shoot in a while.
Jamario Moon played 26 games with the Heat last year. He started 21 of them. Here's James against Wright. Varejão fouled on the putback. Anderson Varejão, that's one of the areas where he impacts the game. You're not going to see many plays called for him, but opportunities off the offensive glass always important for him.
66% foul shooter this year.
Mario Chalmers picks up the foul. Miami ahead by 12. And Heat fans, you have a question for Jax, Tony Fiorentino, or yours truly, Eric Reed? Would you like to hear that answer live on tonight's broadcast? Here's what you do. Send your questions to AskTheHeat@Fox.com. And throughout tonight's broadcast, we'll take a look at some of those questions. Maybe you will hear yours answered on the air. And Jack's working hard on FoxSportsFlorida.com, communicating with Heat fans everywhere all through the ballgame. First quarter is done. LeBron James, he was held to 2 points. He missed all 4 of his shots from the field. Meanwhile, Jermaine O'Neal had 14. Dwayne Wade had 13.
225. Jax, how can you chat and be on TV at the same time? Just like this. See, it's happening right now. So what we're doing, we're getting all your information in. We hop in, and we get the comments fired right back out as the guys are playing. Plus, we're doing our reports. We got it all covered because FoxSportsFlorida.com is one-stop shopping for everything Heat in your internet world. And by the way, there's a basketball game going on. Eric and Tony, I kick it back to you, Cyber Love, across the court.
Kind of you, Jax. Michael Beasley with a rebound as we open the second quarter here in Miami with the Heat ahead by 10. Hope you're enjoying your interactive experience here on Sun Sports while you enjoy a marquee game. Miami playing up to the level so far. 54% in the first half, only one turnover. Joel Anthony misses on the hook. Loose ball rebound. Wright saves it in. Beasley, great catch. And he draws a foul. That is what hustle will do.
Oh, boy, what a play by Darrell Wright. He just happened to save it toward the Heat basket, which is always a good idea. Look at this hustle again. He saves it and just happens to go to Beasley with those big mitts of his. And Beasley tries to score and gets fouled.
Anthony Parker picking up his first foul. And Darrell Wright made a good save. Keith Askins made just as good a save, throwing that big right arm out to stop Darrell's momentum.
As what usually happens, Dwayne Wade sits out the beginning of the second quarter. There's Keith, played 9 years with the Heat organization, and now is an outstanding teacher and assistant coach.
Number two all-time, Tony, in games played for Miami. Soon to be passed within a week or so by Udonis Haslem. Loose ball. Parker recovers it for the Cavaliers. Miami ahead by 11. A minute 10 in to the second quarter. Hope you're enjoying it. Right along with us here in high def on Sun Sports. Parker for three. No, sir. Haslem tracks it down. Miami also out rebounding Cleveland 14-9 here early. Jermaine O'Neal 14 in the first quarter. Dwayne Wade with 13. The two went 9 of 12 in the first quarter. Chalmers put that scoop up. Jawad Williams brought it down. Udonis Haslem defending Shaquille O'Neal, who picked up 2 fouls in the game's first 6 minutes. Barry Chow, nice interior pass. Jawad Williams missed it. Good D by Joel Anthony. Heat ball.
Good interior defense again by the Heat. That time Udonis had to pick up Shaq because the Mavs were in a semi-fast break, and so you have to pick up the closest guy, and it worked out well for the Heat anyway.
How about the Cavaliers right now? 8 for 21 shooting, 38%, and 5 early turnovers. The Heat D digging in.
Here's the play the Heat like. ISO-ing Beasley on the wing against anybody that's guarding him.
Came middle. Joel keeps it alive. And a fresh shot clock for the Heat. Very alert effort so far by Miami. Chalmers against Gibson. Udonis burrows in. And Gibson over the back of Joel Anthony. Not sure if they're calling that or not. They are not.
No, they're giving the ball to Cleveland, I believe.
Gibson really got away with one. He put a knee in the back of Anthony and tried to climb his way toward that rebound.
Udonis got stuck under the rim as Shaq came over to help. He tried to do a reverse layup, but he didn't have enough room to get it up off the backboard.
Heat applying some full court pressure here with 9:35 left in the second quarter.
Yeah, what that pressure designed to do off a free throw is keep the ball out of the point guard's hands. Right now, it's working.
And right now, the Cavaliers operating without LeBron James in the lineup. You can tell. Who do they go to? Who's their rudder? Here's Varejao, 2 to shoot. He has to. Shaq with the offensive rebound. And Joel Anthony making a good play out of it. He gets that close. Your best option is to foul. Joel picking up his second. Shaq going to the line with 6 points. They'll come on down this Saturday, Heat fans, to Gulfstream Park for the running of the Sunshine Millions, a day of racing you should not miss. It'll showcase horses from 2 of the country's best thoroughbred breeding states, California and Florida, in head-to-head competition. Don't miss one of the biggest racing events of the season. Saturday, January 30th at beautiful Gulfstream Race Park. Racing begins at 1:15.
How about this quarter, Eric? Cleveland 0 for 4 from the floor. The Heat 0 for 5 from the floor.
And Shaq missing both. How'd you like that rebound by Michael Beasley, who came flying through?
His 4th of the evening.
Miami out rebounding the Cavs so far by 5. Here's Beasley, 3 on the way, and short. And we have a timeout here in Miami. 27 of Miami's 35 points scored by Jermaine O'Neal and Dwayne Wade.
Confetti. Some nights it might be 2 buckets of water, so don't expect what you think you usually see.
All right, I have the Parker with me with the boys, without a doubt. Gentlemen, thank you so much for the time. It's great to always have you in the building. Once again, it's February 28th with the Harlem Globetrotters, 4 o'clock here in the Heat's house. Eric and Tony, back over to you.
Good stuff, Jax. The Globetrotters, he's right, they never lose.
They must be playing the Washington Generals.
Shaquille O'Neal wheeling in. Coach, they haven't found a way to stop Shaquille O'Neal from getting where he wants to go tonight. 5 of 6 shooting, 10 points in 10 minutes for the big fella.
And now the Cavaliers are up 2-1 in this quarter.
Dwayne Wade on the bench for Miami. LeBron James on the bench for the Cavaliers, each getting their rest. Right for 3. Nope. And O'Neal pulls down the rebound. Each shooting percentage has plummeted, 43%. Cavaliers at 39%. Miami 0 for 7 from the field in this second quarter. Jawad Williams for 3. That's a brick. And the rebound down to Parker. Not sure if that ball caught rim, but the shot clock did reset.
I think it did, Eric.
O'Neal called for traveling. The 6th Cleveland turnover of the first half. Shaquille O'Neal with 3 of those turnovers. LeBron James has a couple of them. Chalmers using the Anthony screen to unload the jumper. Joel kept it alive, and Joel came down with it out of bounds. Wright and Anthony pogo sticking their way around the offensive board. That time didn't work out, but the effort there.
Coach Spoelstra wants that press again where you have the guy who's guarding the man out of bounds. At this juncture, it is Beasley. He's playing off the ball and denying the ball into the point guard, Gibson, so that somebody else has to bring the ball up for Cleveland.
And Chalmers fouls Gibson. Second foul on Mario Chalmers. Tony Anthony Parker, the starting off guard for the Cavaliers, averaging 7 points a game. He spent his last 3 years with the Toronto Raptors, averaged nearly 11 points a game last year for Toronto with 94 triples. This year, just 7 points a game for them. I would think they'd need him a little more without Mo Williams tonight. This very good shooter, Anthony Parker, has only taken 1 shot in the game, hasn't scored yet.
4th in the NBA in 3-point shooting at 46%. Played 6 years in Maccabi Tel Aviv from 2000 to 2006.
And had great success there, matter of fact. Former EuroLeague MVP, won 5 championships playing in Tel Aviv. Very accomplished overseas. Parker now in his 7th NBA season at the age of 34. A sister that's even more well-known, the great Candace Parker, the former Tennessee Volunteer and current WNBA All-Star.
Eric, LeBron James was put back in the game by Mike Brown, and Eric Spoelstra went right to the bench and brought Dwayne Wade back in the game.
Coincidence?
Yeah.
Hardly.
If LeBron didn't go in, Dwayne wouldn't be in right now.
Gibson sits down for Cleveland. Haslam to the bench for Miami. 7:10 left first half. The Heat ahead by 9. James motoring in. That's his first field goal of the game. He went 0 for 4 from the floor in the first quarter. Had a couple of free throws.
Darrell Wright is 6'9" and a good defender, but he gives away so much strength and weight to LeBron that it's difficult for him to guard him.
10-3 run right now for Cleveland after they fell behind by 14. Shot clock at 4 for Miami. Beasley for 3. Not a quality shot for the Heat. All of a sudden, their offense bogging down. James motors coast to coast like only he can. He's got 6. And now the Cavaliers' run is at 12-3. And Eric Spoelstra takes a timeout.
You got great athletes like LeBron and Wade. You get them in the open court. Very difficult to stop. The Heat lead, cut to 5.
Tony, there's no question the Cavaliers' best record in the NBA at the moment, and if they are healthy down the stretch, they got a real legitimate shot to win the whole thing this year.
Well, they really brought in Shaq to play in the playoffs, go against Dwight Howard. You know, they lost to him last year in the finals, as you said. And so they can't win more than, probably win more than 66 than they did last year, but it's the playoffs they're looking for Shaq to shine.
Shaquille just picked up his 3rd foul. You know, Mike Brown was talking tonight about the presence of Shaq. He said, because of him, we are now built for a playoff run. Brown admitted to us tonight that last year he felt vulnerable in terms of size against some other playoff teams. He said, now, with a big fella, we feel like we can match up with anybody.
And you know, in the playoffs, you don't play back-to-back. There's always at least one game in between games. So Shaq, at his age, should be able to play all the playoff games.
Coach, meanwhile, while the Cavaliers had gone on that 12-3 run, Miami was missing its first 9 shots of the quarter. Besides Dwayne Wade being out of the game through much of that time, what's changed for the Heat offensively in this second period?
Yeah, actually, the Heat, they don't even have a field goal. You're right. The Heat's got to keep moving the ball from side to side. When the Heat have problems offensively is when they pound it a little too much, they dribble it a little too much, and they don't move it from side to side because they get better rhythm in their shots when they do that, and they distort the defense.
14 points for both Wade and Jermaine O'Neal. Shaquille O'Neal leads the Cavaliers with 10, but he picks up his 3rd foul in only 11 minutes of playing time. Ilgauskas, well, that's an opportunity basket for him. He caught the Varejao air ball, and Zydrunas Ilgauskas has given him good play. 6 points, 3 of 3 shooting, and 4 rebounds in only 5 minutes.
Eric, I think that was a pass from Varejao to Z.
Wade on the angle. Bounces off. Wade gets it back, and Ilgauskas knocked it away out of bounds. So Quentin Richardson will inbound for Miami. And Varejao stepped in front of it and took it away.
You're in trouble now.
Yep.
You're in trouble, just like D. Wade. You get him in the open court. LeBron, D. Wade, any of those guys, they're off to the races.
Yeah, Coach, here in the second quarter, the Cavaliers have outscored Miami 16-4.
Coming right into your living room, LeBron James. Great ball handling skills at 6'8". You see the foul by J.O. Splits 3 Heat defenders, and he's got a potential three-point play.
LeBron James now with 9 points, 7 here in the quarter. By the way, that last replay was brought to you by Miccosukee Resort and Gaming. So it's a 17-4 run for the Cavaliers to cut a 14-point lead down to 1. And another steal, this one by Varejao. Here comes James again. The freight train has left the station. Explodes for the dunk, the foul on Dwayne Wade.
Oh my, Wade thought he was going up for a layup. LeBron dunked the ball. Wade jumped up with 2 hands trying to block it, and he gets the foul. What a move by LeBron James.
Giving the Cavaliers their first lead of the game. A 19-4 run, and the explosion by James.
Wow. You said it right, the explosion. Watch Wade come into the picture. He's trying not to give up a layup, but LeBron throws it down. Wade commits the foul. The Heat do not have a field goal in this quarter. They're turning the ball over, and now they've lost the lead.
Haslam comes down with a rebound. What magnificent work in the open floor by LeBron James at 6'8", 250, like a blitzing linebacker. LeBron James is incredible. A timeout by Miami with the Cavaliers in front by 1.
It gives us time, Eric, to go over my top 5 MVP candidates. How appropriate with LeBron James in the building. LeBron, King James leads the NBA in scoring at almost 30 points a game. The only guy to have 2 triple-doubles this year in the league. How about Kobe Bryant? He's got at least 3 game-winning shots. That one against the Heat in Los Angeles. 7 40-point games at least. Steve Nash, second in assists, highest scoring average of the last 3 years. Kevin Durant, the rising young man, 3rd year in the league, 3rd leading scorer, 18 games in a row, 25 or more points. And Carmelo Anthony, the 2nd leading scorer in the league, got off to a great start. And coincidentally, Eric, all of these guys lead their team to winning records. So it's going to be interesting. Right now, I think LeBron James is the leader at that MVP race. Carmelo may be behind him. And you know who's making a lot of noise? Kevin Durant.
Now, Carmelo Anthony's second behind LeBron James in scoring by 0.2 of a point. But, Coach, I would think it's a prerequisite to be an MVP candidate that you have to lead your team to a winning record. That's a must.
Yep.
Meanwhile, the Heat have been outscored in this quarter 13-2. Miami 0 of 10 from the field. Jawad Williams picks up the foul. Jawad Williams, an interesting guy, not drafted. He's originally from Cleveland, Ohio. Went to St. Edward's High School in Lakewood, Ohio. He's from the University of North Carolina. Played last year in Japan and Israel. He averaged 25 a game in the Japanese Super League, but that's a far cry from the NBA, where he's playing in his 21st game this year for Cleveland. And he's helped them. Heat fans, you can experience the power, pageantry, and history of the great American race. The 52nd Daytona 500, an unforgettable experience at an unbelievable price. Tickets start at only $55. To get yours, call 1-800-PIT-SHOP or visit Daytona500.com. So Miami's been without a basket for 7.5 minutes. Meanwhile, Dwayne Wade does have 16 first-half points to lead all scorers. Jermaine O'Neal has 14. All of J.O.'s came in the first quarter. And LeBron James continues to play that point guard position. Remember, they're without their starting point guard, Mo Williams, also without Delonte West. James put it up softly. It's taken down by Jermaine O'Neal. Here comes Alston. Richardson for three. That's off. And O'Neal with the offensive board, but the pass out deflected and stolen. Another turnover for the Heat. James draws the foul. Now, Miami had only one turnover in the first quarter. The three here in the second quarter have deflated them. Well, when you're missing all those shots, and, you know, as you mentioned, Eric, they didn't have a field goal, and then they have 3 turnovers, it gets the running game going for Cleveland. They control the tempo of the game. You're always retreating. It's harder to play defense in transition than it is when you're set and making them play half-court sets. Miami 0 for 11 with their shooting in this second quarter, after shooting 57% in the first. LeBron James now with 12. And how about Cleveland now, Eric? 24 points in the paint to 10 for the Heat. LeBron James with Cleveland's last 7. He's got 13. Cavaliers ahead by 1. 4:20 left, second quarter. The Heat led by as many as 14 in the first, including late in that first quarter. Shot clock down to 4. O'Neal tees it up. And Varejao down with a rebound. Incredible. 0 for 12 for Miami in the second quarter. Can the Heat go this whole quarter without a field goal? I hope not. Ilgauskas turns the other way on the fadeaway jumper. And Dwayne Wade grabs the rebound. Wade checking traffic. He felt Varejao behind him. Now a fire. It's good. Your first field goal of the quarter comes with 3:34 left in the quarter. Wade now has 18. Miami back in front. And what does it tell you? You miss your first 12 shots of the quarter, and the Heat are still ahead in the game. Well, you know, getting that early lead was helpful, obviously. Jermaine O'Neal picking up his second foul. Miami's over the limit. So LeBron James back to the line. LeBron already taking his 8th and 9th free throws of the game. Well, Heat fans, the Heat are set to rock the NBA world with blockbuster player moves during the upcoming Heat summer of 2010. So beat the rush. Lock your season tickets in now before prices increase. Exact seat locations are available. An early start gives you more time to make monthly payments. And purchasing season tickets now also gets you priority for the 2010 playoffs. Get guaranteed seats at the lowest price. Plus, you only pay for the games the Heat actually play against individual game ticket buyers who have to pay for an entire 16-game strip up front at a higher price. Log on to Heat.com or call 786-777-HOOP right now to secure your 2010-2011 season tickets. Oh, baby! Three-pointer for Wade, and he got fouled. Oh! Jamario Moon fouled him. Wade hit a home run. And Eric, he was a couple of feet behind that line. The line is 23-9. That shot came from about 26 feet. Back up, D-Wade. Shoot your J. Draw the foul. Get to the line. Wow.
There's that improved three-point shooting by D-Wade. Again, it goes by the pregame ritual that he has, that if he makes the threes, if he feels comfortable, he'll come in the game shooting it. He made the first one earlier. He just buried another one.
So 2 triples for Wade, a 21-point first half. He's 6 of 9 from the floor, 7 of 9 from the line. James answers back with a 3-ball. And with these two guys, it's anything you can do, I can do better.
We remember that game back in 2006. D-Wade at 44, LeBron at 47. Wade at 21 in the fourth quarter. LeBron at 24.
It's on again, Coach, and it started early. Wade with 23, James with 16. Here he goes again.
Oh, man.
Moon sweeps it out. Ilgauskas pulls it down. The important thing, don't get caught up in that. Play a team game. Wade and LeBron each have scored 10 straight points for their respective teams. Home crowd is loving it. James again. LeBron James was 0 for 4 in the first quarter. He's gone 6 of 8 here in the second and scored 16 of his 18 points.
And the crowd's trying to egg on Dwayne Wade to come back again now.
Here he comes. Wade colliding with Varejao, one of the great individual shows you will ever see. It's an instant classic. Dwayne Wade and LeBron James. Step up, everybody. They're giving it their best. And gang, they're at it again as you look back to that game of a couple of years back. Tonight, James has scored the last 12 and 16 of Cleveland's 20 in this quarter. And Dwayne Wade has 10 straight for Miami, and he scored 10 of the 11 Heat points in this period. What a show.
The referees during the timeout reviewed whether LeBron's shot was a 3 or a 2. And right there, you can see his right foot's on the line. They made the right call. They called it a 2, and the call remains.
And with 2:04 remaining here in the second quarter, hope you are enjoying what has been a special first half. 23 for Wade, 18 for James, and keep those highlight machines rolling. Dwayne Wade to the free throw line. He was fouled by Ilgauskas.
These guys bring out the best in each other, don't they? Oh, man.
Not quite a slip.
Guy had a tough game, a tough day today.
Wade misses both. Peter 12 of 18 from the line in this first half. Cavaliers are 10 for 17. Here's James from the top. He tracked it down and he came over the top. Varejao, James, and Wade all collided. And the foul is on James.
It'll be a loose ball foul. Wade's going to the foul line.
Second foul on James. Shots ahead for Dwayne Wade. Shaquille O'Neal on the bench. Shaq picking up 3 fouls in 12 minutes. And sitting with those 10 first half points on 5 for 6 shooting. James has carried the burden with 18 points. For Miami, Dwayne Wade with 23. 14 for Jermaine O'Neal. Gang, stay tuned tonight for another action-packed Chevy halftime show. Ira Winderman will join Jackson studio to discuss the 2010 NBA All-Stars and who should be selected to join the starters. The reserves will be named this Thursday. Jax will also have his halftime interview tonight with Heat assistant coach Ron Rothstein. All of that and more on tonight's Chevy halftime show. Well, Coach Wade taking his 13th free throw of this first half. He's got 25 points now.
7 of 10 from the floor, 9 of 13 from the foul line with 4 rebounds.
How about this? LeBron James and Dwayne Wade have each scored 12 straight points for their respective teams. Peter ahead by 3. Nice cut. Gibson took a perfect bounce pass back from Varejao. 7 points for Daniel Gibson, the 4th-year man from Texas. Miami ahead by 1. Cavaliers turned it over 5 times in the first quarter, only once here in the second. Wade turns the corner, his pass deflected out by James with 6 seconds left on the shot clock. Big play by James because Wade had sunk the defense in. Richardson was wide open from 3.
Yeah, bounce pass would have gotten it there.
Wade makes the turn. 2 defenders waiting. Udonis. Nope. And Jamario Moon down with a rebound. He'd have gone ice cold here in the second quarter. Haslam helping Richardson defend James. Deflected ball finds its way to Ilgauskas. Here comes James. Bumps with Richardson, who commits the foul. Second on Quentin Richardson. So Wade to the line 13 times in the first half. LeBron about to take free throws 10 and 11 in this first half. Both players do rank in the top group of free throw attempt guys. LeBron James ranks 3rd in the league in both free throws attempted and made. Wade ranks 5th in attempts and 6th in makes. Coach, it's one of the characteristics of a high-volume scorer, a guy that can get to the foul line.
Well, the other way they're similar, Eric, is both guys, both James and Wade, are better going left than they are going right. They prefer to go left. They finish better going left. You know, they're great going right, but they're unbelievable going left.
Dwayne Wade has 25 points in this first half. 3rd half this year where Dwayne has scored 25. James short on the second. Haslam boxing out. Williams for the rebound. And Varejao committing the late foul. And complaining to Leroy Richardson about it.
Varejao reached in after Udonis had the rebound. That's been a battle that's been going on at that power forward position. A little earlier when Shaq was in the game, they were guarding each other.
Second foul for Anderson Varejao. Cavaliers have been over the limit. Free throws here for Udonis with the ball game even at 47. Cavaliers with 26 points in the paint to Miami's 10. Even though Shaq has played just 12 first half minutes due to foul trouble. This is a loaded Cleveland team. My goodness. Playing this well without 2 frontline guys in Mo Williams and Delonte West.
It's a good move right here. Coach Foles is putting in Joel Anthony, getting Jermaine O'Neal off out of the game. He's got 2 fouls, Jermaine, and he knows that Jermaine's got to go against Shaq later. You're going to need all the fouls you can have.
Rafer Alston also coming out. Darrell Wright in for defense with the Heat leading by 1. And those are the first 2 points tonight for co-captain Udonis Haslam.
And what that does is make D. Wade the point guard with the Heat now. LeBron is at 2 guard for the Cavs and Wade at point for the Heat.
LeBron, alley-oop, broken up by Anthony and taken by Wade. Here he comes. There he goes. It counts and the foul.
You know what D. Wade did right there, Eric? The defender was looking to draw the charge. What D. Wade did was do that inside-out dribble going right so he wouldn't hit him flush with the charge. He's so good and so agile. He veered to the right so he wouldn't hit him flush. And it was a blocking foul, and he gave you one of those Alonzo Mourning flexes right there.
Dwayne Wade with 27 points, 8 of 11 from the floor, 9 of 13 from the line. Wade's highest scoring half this year. 29 points in the second half against the Wizards back on November 10th, one of his 40-plus point games this year.
He takes pride in this being his house.
Missed it, got it back, and saves it in off the body of Jawad Williams. That man does everything.
Oh, man. He's upset with himself now. He's missed 5 free throws in this game.
And he still has 27 points.
He tracked that down. He had nowhere to go. He's falling out of bounds. Smart play. We know he's a very smart player.
Gotcha.
Now Jermaine O'Neal will come back on offense.
And LeBron James comes out of the ball game now for Cleveland in these final 26 seconds.
He's got 2 fouls. They don't want him to get a 3rd.
Richardson will inbound. Miami ahead by 4.
Can D. Wade get 30 at halftime?
Why not?
Needs a 3 here to get 30.
Shot clock at 6. Wade against Parker. There's a 3. And there's your 30.
It is, baby. Oh, man.
Woo. Dwayne Wade's best scoring half of the year. 30.
Wow.
Wade outscores James 30-19, and the Heat get 54 points in the first half and lead the Cavaliers by 7. We still have 6 seconds left in this second quarter.
Boy, when he's feeling that three, you can't guard him because you got to play up on him. He goes around you. You lay off him. He makes the three. He's got 3 threes tonight. And as we said earlier, when he makes his first three early in the game, watch out because he usually follows with 3 or 4 more.
Coach's 3 of 3 from downtown, 9 of 12 overall, 30 points, 5 rebounds, and 3 steals here in the first half for Superman.
He came into the game shooting 30% from the three-point line, the highest he's had in his career, and that's going to go up tonight.
What a terrific first half we have all enjoyed here on Sun Sports. Thanks so much for taking it in with us in high definition. What a performance here in the first half by 2 of the game's greatest all-time performers.
LeBron James is back in. You know he's going to get it back after he inbounds it.
Here he goes, 3 on the way. And what else would you expect? What else would you expect from LeBron James there? Wade from the backcourt.
Oh, man, don't take your eye off this game.
Wade and James share a smile. And how could you not enjoy it right along with them? LeBron James in the second quarter scored 20 of the Cavaliers' 26.
Wow.
Yes. Gotta love it.
Can we pick them or
Have
what?
to love it.
Can we pick some games here on
Why do we
NBA
have to
TV?
talk? Just keep showing
Pretty
the
good.
game. Let's replay the second quarter.
Whoa, Cavs and the Heat. What a night. Here's LeBron just before the break.
Goes 3 on the way.
Absolutely.
Q, you know he's going to shoot that. Why are you backing up? Well, I guess what else can you do?
22
Look how
for
close
the
that is.
points. It was a
I
bona
enjoyed
fide
every minute of it.
bucket binge.
More to come.
Third quarter, South Florida. Eric Reed, Tony Fiorentino.
Finishes up with 30 in the first half, and gang work underway here in quarter 3 with Miami ahead 54-50.
You and I were there for that Sherman-Douglas game, and we're here for this one.
Lucky us. A lot of home viewers and Heat fans have been there the whole time as well, and we hope you're enjoying a very special night here at the Heat's house. Rafer Alston deflects it out of bounds. Miami going back with their starting lineup. Wade and Alston in the backcourt. O'Neal, Beasley, and Richardson up front. For the Cavaliers, it's Gibson and Parker in the backcourt. Shaquille O'Neal, J.J. Hickson, and LeBron James up front. Shaq, 10 points in 13 first-half minutes, but 3 fouls. Coach Michael Beasley, only 3 points in the first half. The Heat are going to need more from him.
No doubt. You got to have another scorer besides Wade and O'Neal.
Jermaine O'Neal scored all 14 of his points in the first quarter. Rafer, angle 3 with Gibson in his face. Rafer Alston still able to connect. Rafer has 2 field goals. They've both been from downtown.
Good pass by Michael Beasley. Didn't force the move. He found his teammate open for the 3.
And the Heat ahead by 7. Remember, Miami was up 14 in the first quarter. O'Neal leaning on O'Neal. And Shaq able to launch that jump hook. He's now 6 for 9 and has 12 points.
And again, the Heat are not doubling down on Shaq. They're staying home on the shooters, trying not to give up the three-point shot, try to stop Shaq one-on-one.
And there's Michael Beasley. He made just 1 of 5 shots in the first half. The Heat must get their second-year scoring star untrapped.
I had a feeling he was going to have a real good game tonight, Eric, so he's still got a chance to do that.
He did score 24 when these clubs met in mid-November. A Cleveland win here in Miami. These 2 teams will play one more time. That's in Cleveland. Beasley with a goaltend.
Oh, that looked like it was going to be short. Not a good play by Michael Beasley. Beasley's trying to come over and help on this play, but the shot's already up, and you can't block this shot from under the rim.
That was your Marooney.com Netcam replay brought to you by Marooney. South Florida, when you need a car, truck, or van, who you going to call? Call 1-877-MAROONEY. Beasley against Hickson. Took it right at him. So Michael Beasley, coach, responding after a 3-point first half. He's got 4 quick points here in the third quarter.
Yeah, and he's touching the ball a lot in the offense, even with Dwayne Wade on the floor. Wade gave it back to him because he felt that Beasley wanted it back, and he got rewarded by making the basket.
Richardson backing way off James.
Oh.
Daniel Gibson against Rafer Alston. The rainbow comes down to Beasley. 5 rebounds for Beasley. Rafer pushing tempo. Beasley hammers it home. Oh, what a play by Beasley.
You could see him streaking down the right side, Eric. Nobody put a body on him, and he leaped from like inside the foul line and threw it down. We've seen that a few times from him this year.
He's got 6 straight points. Coach, he's becoming a very sneaky good offensive rebounder. Michael Beasley with 3 offensive rebounds in this game. 15th time this year he's had 3 offensive boards or more.
Good job by J.O. He cost 3 seconds on Shaq.
Shaquille O'Neal picking up his 4th turnover.
All right, watch as the play occurs. Okay, Beasley's way back here. He's going to make a running start right inside the foul line. Boy, he smelled that all the way, didn't he? Wow.
Terrific anticipation and athleticism from Michael Beasley. Peter up 9. O'Neal on the baseline finds Beasley. Feeding the hot hand. James colliding with Wade. Offensive foul on LeBron James. Dwayne Wade draws his first charge of the year.
Oh, man. LeBron didn't agree with it, but it looked like a good call. Dwayne had position. Let's see this again. Yes, he was there. 3 fouls on LeBron James.
And Miami ahead by 9. Beasley runs into O'Neal. Oh, it would have dropped in for him. But Beasley takes away his own basket by interfering with it. It's an offensive basket interference goaltend.
Yeah, offensive interference at one end, goaltending at the other. Beasley's feeling his oats here getting up. Watch, this ball looks like it's going to go in on its own. Doesn't need help. And Beasley takes 2 points away from himself.
But you know what you're seeing, Coach? The emergence of another avenue of opportunity for Michael Beasley with his ability to leap and get to the rim. Coach, he could be a very effective offensive rebounder.
He's got very good instincts going to the offensive boards, and his ups are better than they were, you know, last year, for example. He's stronger, and he's getting up quicker.
O'Neal now joins Beasley with 6 rebounds. And Wade was tripped up. Shaquille O'Neal picks up his 4th personal foul.
Smart play by Wade. When a big comes over to help, attack the outside shoulder. And normally you will get that call because the big is not mobile enough to draw a charge there.
Coach, in the first game between these 2 clubs, let's take a look at this.
Watch Dwayne Wade. He's going to attack the outside shoulder of Shaq. Shaq reaches in. Wade does that inside-out dribble. Shaq should know better.
In the first meeting between these 2 clubs, Shaq had 14 points, but picked up 5 fouls and played in only 21 minutes of that game. He's got 4 fouls in 15 minutes tonight. He's out. Varejao is in. That was a lazy reach by O'Neal. Did not move his feet, just reached into the cookie jar. 1 second to shoot. Wade almost got it. He does retrieve the rebound. So Dwayne Wade, the 3rd Heat starter and the 4th Heat player to have 6 rebounds in the game.
Excellent court awareness by Wade. He knew he had 1 second to put that up.
J.O. with a collision. Offensive foul on Jermaine O'Neal. And it was J.J. Hickson, the young man from North Carolina State, that drew the charge. The foul is Jermaine's 3rd and Miami's 6th turnover.
Good play by Hickson. Stepping in there, taking a shot for his team.
J.J. Hickson, who once led the ACC in field goal percentage as a freshman for North Carolina State, making his 40th start this year for the Cavaliers. He's played in all 46 of their games. Heat ahead by 9, 7:27 to go in the 3rd. Hickson denied by Jermaine O'Neal. Jermaine gets a 2nd block. Here comes Wade.
See the lob coming.
Beasley!
Yes. And Beasley played good D at this end of the floor, forcing LeBron to give up the ball when he jumped out on the pick and roll. Dwayne Wade had Beasley all the way down the right side of the floor. Michael Beasley has exploded here in the 2nd quarter, the 3rd quarter. He has scored the last 8 points for the Heat. D. Wade with the pass, Beasley with the finish. And there's that other score.
We went it down or laying it in with either hand. Wade says while he's waiting for Beasley to return the favor on the oops, they have developed a connection and trust. He now knows that Beasley can fly to the rim, which allows him to toss the rock anywhere with confidence. We got some examples coming your way visually. Now, Beasley says the play is becoming easy because he knows now after a season and a half playing with Wade what he likes to do. So now it's become second nature to read his intentions off a certain drive to the basket. By the way, Beasley has every intention of staying on the scoring end of the alley-oops. He's not interested in passing them. He made that clear to me, Tony. Anyway.
Smart guy, though.
With a shot clock at 2, James hit that off-balance jumper. His first points of the third quarter. He's got 24 for the game. Miami had outscored the Cavaliers in this third quarter 11-4 before that latest James offering. Dwayne Wade, meanwhile, with 30. Looking for his first points of this third quarter as Jermaine O'Neal comes up short. Here comes James. Only has 2 rebounds in the game. Wade has 7 boards. Wade and Beasley each with 3 offensive rebounds. Tony, the Heat have 12 points on second chance opportunities off 12 offensive rebounds. Daniel Gibson triples. So Gibson with his second trade tonight. And the Cavaliers are within 6.
That's what happens, Eric. You concentrate on LeBron. You want to give help to a teammate. And you kind of play off your man on the weak side. Gibson was wide open for that 3.
Wade's only taken 1 shot in the first 6 minutes of this third quarter. Gives that one up for Rayford, who misses, and Ilgauskas claims the rebound. 6 boards off the bench for Big Z and only 11 minutes of playing time. Quentin Richardson trying to track LeBron. Good up fake by Zajunas. Beasley keeping his feet, did not go for the LeBron pump fake.
Very good play by Beasley.
Yes. Beasley was terrific there. He was jumping back and forth between Varejao and James and almost single-handedly forced that Cleveland turnover.
Eric, it's clear to us how much better defensive player Michael Beasley is. Watch, LeBron tried right before that, tried to get him up in the air and he didn't go for it. Here he's denying and then he's reaching in, forcing that travel by Varejao.
That's a great defensive segment for Beasley. He's going to enjoy reviewing that play on film. And he should. Here's Wade. 0 for 2 here in the third quarter, after scoring 30 first-half points. LeBron looking, finds Varejao, and he finds an easy, uncontested dunk, and that gets Eric Spoelstra off his bench faster than almost anything else. So too will a 7-0 Cleveland run. Timeout Miami, Heat holding on to a lead of 4.
Helped the Vikings to a Horizon League tournament title last year and an upset of Wake Forest in the first round of the NCAA tournament. Jackson had 19 points, 7 rebounds, 8 assists, and 3 steals in that monumental victory for the Vikings. Eric and Tony, back over to you.
Good background on a guy filling the void left by Delonte West and Mo Williams. Jax, kind enough to shine the light on a D-League call-up on a 10-day contract. Under 5 minutes left, third quarter, Heat by 4. And what has been a terrific contest and an unbelievable duel between James and Wade. 2 on the shot clock, Heat in trouble. Beasley does not get it off in time. If you're just joining us tonight, Dwayne Wade has 30 points, all coming in the first half. LeBron James with 24, 20 coming in the second quarter. And keep in mind, both of those men have already authored 4 games of 40 points or better against one another. We could be in for another. 4.5 minutes left, third period. Miami and Cleveland each looking for the win. The Cavaliers with 34 wins, most in the NBA. Varejao tracks down the offensive board on the Parker miss. Anthony Parker is scoreless in this game. He's missed his only 2 shots. And that's a kick out of bounds by Miami. Shot clock is at 17 seconds for Cleveland.
And as usual, Varejao was the leading rebounder for Cleveland tonight with 6 off the bench.
Here's James working against Richardson on a blow-by and able to score easily. 26 for James. LeBron 9 of 17 from the floor, 6 of 11 from the line. Cleveland has now scored 9 unanswered points.
There he is going left again, which he'd rather do.
The Heat were up 11 about 4 minutes ago, a little less than that. 9 straight by Cleveland. J.O. tees it up, buries it. Jermaine O'Neal, his first 2 points since scoring 14 back in the first quarter. So that ends the 9 unanswered point run by the Cavs. James looking for more. Wade could not hold on to the rebound, and Parker tracks it. And Parker gets his first score of the game. Anthony Parker has played in every game this year for Cleveland after joining them as a free agent. Cavaliers trail by 2. Wade against Parker. Good catch by J.O. Parker has the rebound. Ilgauskas will let it fly. Parker with the offensive board. Beasley comes to help. Look what happened. Beasley left his man. The Cavaliers found the open man. Varejao with the uncontested dunk. And this game is tied for the 5th time. The Cavaliers very quickly erasing Miami's 11-point lead, which happened about 4.5 minutes ago.
They can score quickly, as you know, Eric. And the Heat, the Cavaliers are 3rd to last in offensive rebounds in the league, and yet they have the 9 offensive rebounds against the Heat tonight. So the Heat's got to do a better job on their defensive boards.
It is a 13-2 run for the Cavaliers. Miami was up 65-54 with 7:15 left in this quarter. And the next 3 are on the road for Miami. The Heat will be north of the border in Toronto. And that comes up on Wednesday night. And Friday from the Palace in Detroit, first meeting between the Heat and the Pistons, a team that's starting to find their way. And then on Saturday night, it's the Heat against that young rookie, Brandon Jennings, and his upstart Milwaukee Bucks. 3 straight tilts on the road, 3 straight tilts against Eastern Conference competition.
And it's also the first time we'll see the Milwaukee Bucks this season.
Yeah, hard to look past this next quarter plus, but that's what's coming up for Miami in the next 3. You can see them all right here on Sun Sports. And we get an illegal screen set.
You can see it coming, Jermaine O'Neal.
Yeah, that's number 4 on Jermaine O'Neal. Now the importance of setting a legal solid screen. O'Neal will have to come out now. A 14-point first quarter, only 2 points since, and now he'll sit with 4 fouls.
Eric, sometimes the onus is on the guy with the ball using the screen. If he goes too soon, he's going to force his teammate who's setting the screen to set a moving screen. So he's got to wait for that screen to be set and then try to use it.
So both O'Neal's coach on their respective benches with 4 fouls each, Jermaine and Shaquille. That's Gibson. And that 3 ricochets out. Varejao almost had it, but here comes Rafer behind his back and into the front court. Look at him go. But he threw it away. He got a little too fast for Rafer Alston. Threw it to Wade in the corner, and Wade already started cutting for the hoop.
Yeah, he thought Wade was spotting up. Wade was making a cut to the rim.
LeBron finds Varejao. LeBron goes backdoor. Richardson responds, and the Heat get the 11th Cavalier turnover.
Varejao got away with a double dribble there.
Game is tied at 67. Wade weaves through the defense, but cannot convert. And Wade is now 0 for 3 here in the 3rd quarter. Alston tracks down the rebound. Actually, Wade 0 for 2 in this period, not 0 for 3, 0 for 2 after scoring 30 in the first half. Hard to believe Wade could get 30 in the first half and go scoreless here in the 3rd. Haslam's jumper. Nope. And the rebound swarmed by the Cavaliers. Anthony Parker able to get it. So all of a sudden, the lid on the basket again for Miami.
Yeah, he's going through another lull like they did in the first and that 2nd quarter early.
Joel Anthony from behind got the block on Varejao. Anthony 16th in the league in blocks despite playing only 15 minutes a game. What an impact.
That's unbelievable.
Wade penetrates and draws a foul on the pass with under a minute left in this 3rd quarter. Daniel Gibson picks up his first. And the first team foul in the last 2 minutes on Cleveland. They are not over the limit. A side out of bounds for the Heat as Jawad Williams comes on for the Cavs.
What a quick quarter. Only 3 fouls in the whole quarter.
Yeah, not an empty seat in the Heat's house tonight. Hope you're enjoying it from your house. Wade's pass. He gets it back. And he now is 0 for 3 in this 3rd quarter. And still looking for his first points in the 2nd half. Miami took a 65-54 lead with 7:15 left in this 3rd quarter. And over the last 7 minutes, they have scored just 2 points. Ilgauskas deep in that right corner. Checks the shot clock with 1 on it. Wade knocked it away from Jawad Williams. Saved it into Rafer Alston. Well, the Heat offense has gone to sleep. Not their defense. Miami looking for the final shot of this 3rd quarter. He'd have only scored 13 points in the period. Rafer's rainbow. Bottom of the well.
Off the back, high off the backboard over Ilgauskas.
James, it'll count. But he comes up just a little bit short.
Rafer Alston. Wade usually has the ball at the end of the quarter. Rafer Alston takes it off a screen, goes to the basket. He's got to get it over 7-3. Ilgauskas kisses it high off the board. The Heat take...
Jackson on the Sun Sports crew. Coach, the Cavaliers scored 17 points in the third. The Heat just 15. What kind of fourth quarter are you bracing for?
Well, the Heat had 34 points, as you said, in that first quarter. They've only scored 35 points in the next 2 quarters. So you're playing against a team, the best defensive team in the NBA. You know, field goal percentage-wise, defensive field goal percentage. So, you know, water always reaches its level. Now, let's see. There's going to be a defensive struggle again here in the fourth quarter.
Now, Shaquille O'Neal, the only thing to stop him tonight has been foul trouble, his own. He's 8 of 9 from the floor and has 16 points in 17 minutes.
Well, he's shown you tonight that on a given night, you still can't guard him one-on-one.
Absolutely. Beasley, toe on the line. That's a 2, and it comes down to Varejao. Anderson Varejao with a team-leading 7 rebounds. Dwayne Wade leads Miami with 8 boards. Haslam with 7 off the bench. Tony, the Heat bench has scored just 2 points tonight, and that Heat bench does not have a field goal. 0 for 9 from the Heat reserve.
And they're used to scoring 27 a game.
Udonis does track down his 8th rebound. The Cavaliers, conversely, have 16 points off their bench. So 16-2, Cleveland off the bench tonight. Game even at 69. Just under 11 minutes left. Udonis. It rolls off. And the ball knocked out of bounds by Joel Anthony. Udonis has missed all 6 of his shots. A 4-quarter war between Miami and Cleveland. He'd have led by as many as 14. The Cavaliers' biggest lead, 1.
We're going to see how long either team's going to go without their superstar in the game.
Dewan Williams triples. Well, how about that? His first score tonight is his 8th triple of the season. The 6'9", second-year North Carolina Tar Heel with a big splash down. Cavaliers are ahead by 3. Their largest lead of the game. And Cleveland going back on an 18-4 run. Big bucket, timely bucket for Darrell Wright, right out of the corner for 3.
And the Heat get 3 points off the bench in 1 shot.
Darrell Wright with his 19th triple of the year. If you're just joining us this year, Darrell had 12 threes in his first 5 seasons. 19 this year. And Shaquille O'Neal will go to the free throw line. Well, Shaquille O'Neal coming back to Miami, a place he spent 3.5 seasons and 205 regular season games. He averaged almost 20 points, 9 rebounds in his 3+ years with the Heat. Shot 60% as a member of the Heat and did play in 40 playoff games wearing a Miami uniform. That foul was on Joel Anthony. And Shaquille O'Neal tonight, some things don't change. 0 for 3 at the line.
Thank goodness.
Cavaliers just 11 of 20 at the foul line tonight. Think the big fellow play again next year, Coach?
He wants. I've heard he wants to. Who knows?
17 for the Diesel. Cavaliers ahead by 1. 9:38 remaining, fourth quarter here in Miami. There's Beasley off glass. It drops. 13 for Michael Beasley. 10 have come in the second half.
He made that look easy.
Another lead change. Miami on top by 1. Lob for O'Neal. Surrounded by defenders. Basket will not count. Foul came before the shot. And the foul is on Udonis.
Good help by Beasley, not allowing Shaq to get a dunk or a layup inside.
That was actually on Beasley, Coach.
Yeah, I thought so. Good rotation by Beasley. Going to come all the way over. Shaq had a wide open point-blank shot at the basket. Beasley gets the foul.
Michael's second foul on the Heat, their second team foul. Daniel Gibson turns the corner against Rayford. Blocked by Joel Anthony. What a block!
And you love the way he blocks it with the proper hand. He blocked it with the left hand, kept it in bounds.
His second block. Here's Beasley. And Varejao comes down with a rebound. Beasley tried to force a jump ball, instead picks up his third foul.
No, not a good decision there. You're 90 feet from the basket. You know, that's a potential foul situation. He gets the foul.
Coach Joel Anthony, I said in the last game, he's having the same kind of impact defensively and energy for Miami as Chris Anderson does off the bench for Denver. 2 block shots tonight. For the 19th time this year, Joel has had 2 swats in a game.
And you mentioned he's 16th in the NBA as Gibson hits a 3, and he's only playing 15 minutes a game.
Daniel Gibson has 4 field goals tonight. 3 have been from downtown. He's got 12, and the Cavs by 2. That counts. Beasley headed to the foul line.
Beautiful play. Coach Spoelstra put this play in last year when Beasley came aboard as a second pick in the draft. That elbow play, take it to the basket, draw the foul, concentrate, put the Heat.
It's a tremendous website. We encourage Heat fans and South Florida sports fans everywhere. FoxSportsFlorida.com. That's FoxSportsFlorida.com.
How about this unique stat that statistician Steve LeBeau gave me? Shaq was the first Cavalier to score to start every quarter tonight. So he had the first basket for the Cavaliers in each of the 4 quarters.
LeBeau is the Jason Jackson of statistics. He's everywhere. Ubiquitous. 8.5 minutes left here in the 4th quarter. Miami up by 1. Michael Beasley with 16 points. Beasley has 13 of them in the second half. The Heat force a turnover with Dwayne Wade still on the bench.
Shaq tried to repost, but Joel Anthony stole the ball.
Udonis Haslem must have seen Shaquille O'Neal in his rearview mirror. 11 on the shot clock. Alston maneuvers with just over 8 minutes to play in the game.
You don't see him, you can feel him coming.
Rayford rolls it home. 10 points for Rayford Alston. His 5th double-figure game in his 12th game back for Miami.
He likes those runners in the lane because you put the shot up before the big can come over and block it. And D. Wade's at the scorer's table.
That's a New York City point guard specialty, the Little Rainbows. Good passing by Cleveland. Parker changed his mind and a good decision. Varejao got the lay-in. Beasley picks up his 4th foul. And the Cavaliers can tie it with a free throw as Wade and James both make their way back onto the court. Anthony Parker's last-minute change of heart. And Varejao, Anderson Varejao now has 10 points and 8 rebounds.
The Heat were fooled into thinking he was shooting the ball, and they did not try to deny that pass, and he snuck behind the defense.
That was your Marooney.com Netcam replay brought to you by Marooney. South Florida, when you need a car, truck, or van, who are you going to call? Call 1-877-MAROONEY. We're tied for the 9th time. Dwayne Wade in a double team and draws a foul on Cleveland. It's remarkable that the Heat are tied in this game after Wade scored 30 points in the first half. He has not scored here in the second half. He was 9 of 13 from the floor in the first half. He went 0 for 4 in the 3rd quarter. And this is the first we're seeing him in the 4th quarter.
Let's see how the Heat handles this, Eric, because when Dwayne Wade's at the point guard position, teams like to double him up in the 4th quarter, get the ball out of his hands. What the Heat may do, if they get those good shots like that, they'll stay that way. But if he has any problems, they'll have Darrell Wright bring the ball up at 6'9" and bring Wayne off the screens. Now it's harder to double team him.
Well, big hit for Haslem. Those are the kind of open shots Wade's teammates must make. The Heat ahead by 2. Haslem has 4. 7 minutes to play in what has been a magnificent contest. 7 to shoot for Cleveland, and Varejao turned the ball over on a carry.
That's what pressure will do against someone who really shouldn't be dribbling the ball out on the perimeter.
Mike Brown looks amused. Trust me, he's not. Cavaliers with their 13th turnover. The Heat with 18 points off of those miscues. Cavaliers shooting 48% to Miami's 44%. The Heat with a 3-rebound advantage. Wade gives up the shot. Looking to get it back. Being defended here by Jawad Williams. Udonis. You did it again.
There it is again, Eric. Double team Wade. They go for the pick and pop. And Udonis, after not shooting the ball well, makes the last 2 J's.
Well, co-captain Clutch. She's come through for Miami many times in critical situations. He has the Heat's last 4.
His father loves that moniker we gave him, Captain Clutch.
LeBron misses the 3. Good box out by Joel Anthony. Kept Shaquille O'Neal away from that rebound. The Heat ahead, 83-79. LeBron James now 2 of 8 from three-point land. Haslam's open again. Make him pay.
There it is, baby.
Make them pay. Dwayne Wade making the right play. And Udonis Haslam, Captain Clutch, to the rescue again.
Coach Spolstra talked about trusting your teammates. 3 straight assists for Wade. 3 straight baskets for Udonis. Pick and pop when they double team you. He buries it. He gives the Heat the 6-point.
Miami has made 7 of their 10 shots here in the 4th quarter. 6 minutes to play, and the Heat ahead by 6.
How about Udonis was 0 for 6 before those last 3 shots. Wow.
Here's James breaking free and fouled by Joel Anthony. And Joel Anthony coming up with his 4th foul. On Miami, their 5th team foul, so the Heat are over the limit. Cavs in the bonus the rest of the way. Cavaliers have only committed 2 fouls here in the 4th quarter.
So what do you do when you struggle a little bit? Go to LeBron James out of the timeout.
Of course. Well, how about those 2, Wade and James? They combined for 52 in the first half and just 4 in the second half. Now 5. As your Marines.com leaders tell you an interesting story, because after a December 9th loss at Houston, the Cavaliers were 15-7. They've gone 19-4 since. And those 3 losses to Dallas, Charlotte by 3, and Denver by 2.
And they won a home-and-home with the Lakers in that stretch.
The other loss was at Utah by 1. 85-81. Miami leads by 4. LeBron James now has 28. Wade for 3. Dwayne Wade is now 0 for 5 in the second half.
Cleveland made an adjustment, Eric. They pre-rotated to Udonis that time, so Dwayne had to go to Joel Anthony.
Wade forced the Parker air ball. Good defense. But can the Heat hold on without Wade chiming in? I don't think so. Here's Wade finding Richardson. Back to Dwayne. Anthony Parker shadowing Wade. 8 on the shot clock. Here's Dwayne. Nice pass. Joel on his way to the free throw line. But give Wade credit. He's not forcing up shots. He's playing within the flow.
He's the magnet. He's the guy that holds everything together. Obviously, and he's like a magnet to the defense. Wherever he is, he's always drawing 2 guys to him. So he does a good job of finding open teammates.
Dwayne Wade has scored the most points of any Cavalier opponent this year, 36 in the game here November 12th. Well, Heat fans spend an evening with a Heat player at the Miami Heat Benihana Celebrity Cook-Off on February 24th. From 6 to 7 p.m., you can learn to cook side-by-side with a Heat player. We're starting at 7. Enjoy the Benihana dining experience with each Heat player providing a dazzling performance as your own personal celebrity chef, preparing dishes right at your table. All net proceeds from the Heat Benihana Celebrity Cook-Off will benefit the Miami Heat Charitable Fund. Space is limited. Don't wait. For more info, call 786-777-4472 or log on to Heat.com.
That's a lot of fun, Eric. When I was an assistant coach, I was a chef cooking food.
What'd you cook?
And they enjoyed it. Steak and shrimp. That's what you mostly get at Benihana, right?
Gibson misses on the 3. Joel Anthony, who just missed 2 free throws, grabs a big rebound. And the Heat, despite Wade going scoreless in the second half, are still up 4. Here's Dwayne. Scoreless no longer.
He heard you, D-Wade. I mean, Eric, start calling you D-Wade.
It's 87-81 with a Heat up 6. 4 6:25 remaining in the game. Shaq turns into trouble and gets out of trouble with a very good pass to Varejao.
Shaq had 4 defensive players on him that time.
Anderson Varejao now has 13 points. Cavaliers are within 4. We approach 4 minutes remaining in this game. They continue to send 2 defenders at Dwayne Wade on every touch. Shaq's waiting for him. He gets by 2. 2 more waiting there. Richardson runs out of bounds with it. Well, the Cavaliers defense coach, you talk X's and O's after seeing Wade torch them for 30. Mike Brown and company doubling Dwayne on every touch.
That time he tried to make a pass, a bounce pass to Udonis, but there was very little spacing on that play. Udonis couldn't corral. Watch this again as he comes at you. As he goes inside now, there's all these red shirts. He's trying to throw that bounce pass to Udonis, and it was a little too far for him to corral.
Dwayne Wade 1 for 6 in the second half, only 2 points. Peter still in front by 4, and under 4 minutes left. It's been a memorable adventure to this moment. Shaq rolls in. Jermaine O'Neal got a piece of that. And here comes Dwayne with Shaq just now entering the defensive end. Richardson for 3. O'Neal underneath. Shaq with a block, and no foul. And here comes LeBron James in Cleveland.
That was a good block by Shaq.
And Richardson on the strip of James, but a foul on Quentin Richardson. Interested in seeing that block again by Shaquille O'Neal on Jermaine O'Neal.
You got O'Neal blocking O'Neal here. First you got J.O. blocking Shaq. Then at the other end you got Shaq blocking J.O. Good block.
Yep, both were good. Shaquille O'Neal with his first block tonight. Jermaine O'Neal with his 3rd. And LeBron James now has 29 points. They get 30. LeBron James has reached 30 points for the 23rd time this year. He leads the league in scoring at 29.9 a game. It's a lead of 2 for Miami. Jermaine O'Neal, 15-footer. It was uncontested after Shaq had shaded over to guard Wade. They've taken Wade out of this, and the Heat in a little bit of an offensive struggle right now.
Well, let's see if the Heat go back to that pick and pop with Udonis that worked so well before that timeout.
Under 3 minutes left in the game with Miami up 2. 6 on the 24. Gibson, open 3. Daniel Gibson has tripled 4 times in the game, twice here in the 4th quarter. Gibson gives Cleveland a 1-point lead with 2:45 to go.
In South Florida.
When Udonis made the 3 jump shots, giving the Heat the 6-point lead. And again, see the way Shaq comes out, they corral him inside. See all the red shirts. He draws a lot of attention, obviously.
Tony, how can Miami get Wade back involved here in the final 2 minutes and 45 seconds?
Well, see what they're doing now. They're making Rafer bring the ball up. So now D-Wade will catch the ball on the move, coming off of a screen. A little harder to double team him there, and it's a different angle on that right side rather than the center of the court.
Now they set the screen. O'Neal rolls to the basket, receives it with 8 to shoot. Alston fakes the 3 on the move. And O'Neal sweeps it back to Haslam, fresh 24. 2:20 left in the game. Heat trail by 1. Wade against Parker. There it goes. And it's short. So Dwayne Wade continues to struggle in this second half. He is 1 for 7 in the second half.
Just since that 6-point lead for the Heat, Cavaliers have gone 9-2 here against the Heat.
Shaq rolls it up. It pops out, and Haslam wins the battle. Udonis Haslam running to his 9th rebound of the game. The Heat need a score to go back in front with 1:48 remaining here in the 4th quarter. You could just figure this game was coming down to a final possession. Wade chases it into the corner where he's doubled. Who else can step up? J.O. got fouled and scored.
Oh, what a play. He had Shaq and Varejao on him. But the Heat, again, swinging the ball from one side to the other. Q Richardson did not settle for the jumper with a man running at him. He trusted his teammate, and Jermaine O'Neal comes through in the paint with 2 defenders on him. Ball movement from one side of the court to the other. That's one of the reasons why Coach Spoelstra says this team is a better team now than it was earlier in the season.
And Shaquille O'Neal picks up his 5th foul. Jermaine O'Neal, who scored 14 points in the first quarter and just 4 points since, hit a huge jumper to put Miami up 1.
And right now, Eric, it's LeBron James time for Cleveland. He gets the ball. He does his thing. There are no plays here. He just creates and takes what the defense gives him.
So 1-point Miami lead. Can you hold the fort defensively? Gibson in the Shaquille. Playing with 5 fouls. 1 more and he's done. Leaning against Jermaine O'Neal. And hitting on the hook. So Shaq doing what he does best. He's got 19 points on 9 of 13. And the Cavaliers are ahead by 1. Wade double again. They get it out of his hands. Haslam, what a shot by Udonis.
Wow, he thought he got fouled on the play.
91-90, Miami up 1 on the Udonis runner. What a game and what a finish. They're getting on their feet here at the arena with 9 on the shot clock. 48 seconds to play in the 4th. LeBron for 3. Loose ball rebound. Who's going to get it? Wade was fouled.
Wade will get 2 free throws at the other end. It's a loose ball foul. Cavaliers are over the limit.
Daniel Gibson picking up his 3rd. Wild scramble on that play. And what a shot this was by Udonis Haslam. Haslam has 8 of his 10 points here in the 4th quarter.
What an improved offensive player. We talk about how he adds things to his repertoire every year. He wouldn't have been able to do that a few years ago. Now he has the confidence and the ability to finish a play like that.
Dwayne Wade is 9 of 14 from the foul line tonight. He'll go there with 32 points. 2 coming in this second half. It's a 1-point Miami lead.
Cleveland's got a full timeout left and 2 20s. The Heat's got 1 full timeout left and a 20. Both teams are in the penalty.
Ouch. If every game played like this, they wouldn't need seats at the American Airlines Arena. Not many people are using theirs right now. Well, it's been a real struggle for Dwayne in this first half after a heavenly first half when he scored 30.
He struggled somewhat from the free throw line since he went 23 to 23.
These were his first 2 free throws, by the way, of the second half after taking 14 in the first half, and Dwayne just missed them both. How do you like that? The answer would be not very much. It stays 91-90. Well, the final 40 seconds ought to really be something here in Miami. Cleveland Cavaliers no stranger to close games. They've had 9 decided by 3 or less. They've lost 5 of them. But on Saturday night, LeBron setting up Daniel Gibson. That 3 put the Cavaliers up 1 against the Thunder. Daniel Gibson hitting the go-ahead. LeBron James saved the game when he blocked Kevin Durant's runner to try to tie it. One of their recent 1-point losses on the 3-pointer from Sunday out of games in Utah. And for Cleveland, that's their only loss in their last 7 games. Right now, 39.5 seconds left in this one. Nobody is sitting here at the American Airlines Arena. 20,000 on their feet. Heat by 1. Cavs have the ball after Dwayne Wade just missed 2 free throws. And Wade is on James here. LeBron forces it up. Tremendous defense by Wade. Dwayne Wade forcing James into an awful shot and a huge miss.
They're not going to foul. There's only about 2.5 seconds between the game clock and the shot clock, or maybe 3 seconds.
Mike Brown choosing not to foul. Wade isolated, left sideline. Haslam slips the screen. James stole it. James stole it. Here he comes. Oh, LeBron James and Dwayne Wade hurt on the same play. James got hit in the face. Wade appeared to turn an ankle. Dwayne Wade trying to throw a behind-the-back pass to a wide-open Udonis Haslem, and LeBron made one of the great steals you'll ever see, and his first steal tonight. Well, Wade gets up first. But he is a little shaken up right now, as is LeBron James, who is still yet to get to his feet. Wade walks over to the Heat bench without any help.
Yeah, Wade
wow,
seems to be
what
okay.
Action from start to finish.
Yeah, Wade seems to be okay.
LeBron James is going to get 2 free throws here with 4 seconds left, and the Cavaliers down 1.
Wade plays good defense on LeBron. He doesn't go for this fake, and then takes it from him right there. Blocked that little shot. Then at the other, down at the other end, Cleveland elects not to foul.
Coach, what a steal by LeBron James.
Steals it. And you could see why both guys came down awkwardly.
There's not a player on that Cavaliers bench that is on that bench right now. You see Wade getting him right in the face.
Yeah, he got hit right in the head.
Coach, every Cavalier player is surrounding LeBron James right now.
Well, you get the feeling he's indestructible, as strong as he is. But he is wincing, though.
Yep.
I think what may happen here, his own coach may call a timeout just to get him to collect himself.
Boy, as this game had everything, 91-90 Miami. LeBron James got to clear his head. He's got 2 free throws coming and a chance to give Cleveland the lead. We'll be right back here at the Heat's house.
Eric, you wonder if it's fate for him to win a championship this year. What year you think Michael Jordan won his first championship? His 7th year in the NBA. What year is it for LeBron? 7th year.
LeBron James 11 of 16 at the line. He's got 31. One more point, he'll tie Wade. One more point, he'll give Cleveland the lead. He will likely use a timeout here with 4.1 seconds left.
Yeah, if the Heat have a full and a 20 left, they'll take a timeout, hit or miss, I would believe.
Was there any doubt? LeBron James gives Cleveland a 92-91 lead with 4.1 seconds left. We've had 13 lead changes, 10 ties, and Heat fans have to be hoping for one more lead change. 4.1 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Miami trailing 92-91. He will have Quentin Richardson inbound. He's got Jermaine O'Neal, Alston, Wade, and Haslem. And here we go. Wade catches it. Guarded by James for the win. Miami's 5th one-point game and their 2nd one-point loss. And the storyline is this. After scoring 30 points in the first half,